yes, we make more than 5 million churros.
You yourself?
Yes, myself.
As you can tell from that clip there, today we're going to be making churros, with our ingredients being harina, azúcar, agua, aceite, canela, y sal, which roughly translates to flour, sugar, water, vegetable oil, cinnamon, and salt, but the cinnamon will use for later. Our first step of the process is mixing all of our wet ingredients in a medium saucepan with our salt and sugar, and just gently stirring for the next 10 to 15 minutes. Once your mixture is done being heated, you want to take it off the heat and let it sit for 5 minutes before adding your flour. If you let it sit for too long, the oil and the water will separate from each other, causing you to reheat your material, so don't do that. Next, we're adding the flour, and once you add the flour, you just want to gently mix it in like you did with the other ingredients in the past step. Note that I did not really have enough flour in the situation, so once I was done mixing, my batter turned into kind of like a toothpaste kind of consistency, and that's not what you want, because when you pour it into the fire, it'll be a little too thin and runny. So later on, I added about a 1/4 cup more flour to my mixture. After you finish mixing your batter, we're going to get our frying oil ready. We're going to get this nice deep pot we have here. You want the pot to be nice and deep because you want the oil to cover the churro entirely to make sure it cooks thoroughly. Next, we're going to get a 1-inch star-shaped piping bag to put our batter in to pipe it into the oil. And yes, this is a lot harder than it looks. This is my first time ever doing it, and I struggled quite a bit. The reason you want the star shape is because that gives you that signature, churro shape you get from restaurants and malls, and it just looks really appealing all around. Next, you want to get a nice clean plate covered in paper towels or a wire rack to get all the excess oil out of your churros as it's dripping and cooling off. Then you want to pipe your batter directly into your oil and cut off the tip of a churro as it's dripping down. As you can tell here, this is my first attempt and I'm just struggling here. This is just a test run to see, how the churro cooks and how easy it is to burn and how long I have to cook it for. After 1 to 2 minutes of cooking, run to flip your churros so you get that nice even golden brown cooking on both sides, and then scoop them out into your paper or wire rack. As you can see, my agglomeration of churro chunks does not look super appealing, but this is just a test run. What you really want to do, which I figured out, is just pipe your churros one at a time individually into the oil, and make sure it's a long, nice, consistent stream of churro batter. Just like the previous churros, flip after 1 to 2 minutes to get that nice golden brown coating, and now you something that looks more like a churro than the previous ones. Repeat this process 2 more times so you get that perfect trifecta of churro goodness. Make sure to remove all hot oil from the stove top once you're done cooking, and let's move on to the prepping station. Here at the prepping station, you want to have 2 plates set aside, one for your finished churros and one for your sugar cinnamon mixture. I'm going to get half a cup of sugar and half a cup of cinnamon together and mix it together with forks, kind of like chopsticks, until you get a nice consistency of even amounts of sugar and cinnamon together. Once your sugar mixture is finished being mixed together, you want to get your pre-made churros and just roll them in the sugar cinnamon mixture until they're completely coated evenly on all sides. Repeat this process for the remaining amount of churros you have, no matter what shape they look like. I know they don't look great, but it's all about the taste aspect. And there you have it. Easy 20-minute homemade churros that taste excellent. They do not look their part, but they definitely taste the part.